ye who enter here.
Hello to all the groaners out there. You join us yet again for another episode of the Groan Zone, and this time it's episode 51. Not that long since we had hit episode 50, but we had to catch up thanks to some technical problems we had, so 51 is out sooner than it normally would be. Or is it? It should have been... Never mind. Moving on from that, let's not dwell on the past. Your games today are Mythical or Legendary and the 5-point countdown. We also have the Audience Groan, Creepy Corner, and Ohhh Unlucky and the Zero of the Week. Join us for more madness over the course of this week. Let us kick the show off with my groans yet again. Groan number 1. When someone pokes a hole in a pile of crisps and you don't notice. You then leave the crisps around somewhere for a few days. You pick them up and they've gone all yuck and claggy and crap because you haven't noticed and didn't know there was a hole in them. If someone's poking holes in a pile of crisps out there, you're a freak. Groan number 2. When you buy a packet of marshmallows, but they're all sticky and sweaty. Ugh. I prefer dry, sweet marshmallows, not marshmallows that sweat like someone in a gym. Groan number 3. When you're enjoying some food and then someone reveals that something you don't like is present in it, thereby spoiling your enjoyment. If someone's enjoying some food, for God's sake, don't tell them the ingredients. They might not like something in it, yet are blissfully ignorant. Don't spoil it for them. Anyway, fly my groans off into the night. Away ye go for another week. For now, it is game time. Let us play some mythical or legendary. For those new to the podcast, this is where I shoot you some urban legends and you've got to decide, are they myth, meaning untrue, or legendary, have some truth or are true behind them. Here we go. Round number 2. Actually, no, I mean round number 1. There we go. Yeah, great start. Round number 1. The 27 Club is an urban legend that popular musicians and other celebrated artists die at age 27 with statistically anomalous frequency, notably Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse all died at the age of 27, thereby becoming members of the 27 Club. Is this mythical or legendary? Nope, someone's straight in there with a mythical. Any more? Oh, couple more mythicals. Someone's hard up with legendary. Oh, some more legends. And a mythical. Okay. Yep, okay, that's enough for round 1. If at any point you were just wondering there, just press pause, have a think, answer, unpause. Moving on. Round number 2. In the UK, calling 999, that's the emergency number in the UK for those outside of the UK, then promptly hanging up, charges mobile phone batteries. Is this mythical or legendary? Again, press pause, answer, unpause. Yep, a lot of mythicals coming in here. There's more mythicals coming. Someone's put a legendary. Okay. Myth. The myths are flying in here. Okay. Yep. Okay, I'll take that. Yep. You'll find out later if you got some points. Let's bounce on over to the audience groan, shall we? This one comes in from AD via Discord. And he groans. When people try to set up meetings with you over Outlook or something else without checking if you have the correct programs. They then wonder why the hell you decline their meeting invite. If you're going to invite someone to a meeting, do check to see if they've got the programs or they've updated first. But very corporate there, AD. I usually do my meetings for the podcast via the WhatsApp on my personal phone, not the podcast phone because that's busted right now. However, AD groaned in via Discord, and you can do the same thing via the following. Of course, via Discord under the Groan Zone podcast, via Facebook groups under the Groan Zone podcast. You can fly off an email to the groanzonepod@gmail.com. You can hit me up personally on Facebook Messenger under Mystery Groaner, That's Mr. with an E on the end. And lastly, via WhatsApp, but I'm not going to give you the number because unfortunately it's down right now. Don't forget, you can send in your Ohhh Unlucky stories, your Hero of the Zero. Hero of the Zero. What a great idea. Hero or Zero of the Week nominations. You can also give us feedback by leaving it on Podbean or clicking the heart button on the episodes you just listened to. However, now comes the newest part of the podcast. This is Admin Nicole's baby. This is Creepy Corner, and this is where Nicole has written stories for every episode going forward, and it's also replaced, well, that's creepy. That's been retired until further notice. Full props to Admin Nicole for writing out personally all these stories. Well done. But now, we go on to the story. The title is You or Me. The last thing I remember is the train. The fire. The burning. The endless burning. The smoke in my lungs. The fear in my heart. That was the worst Friday the 13th I'd ever lived through. I did everything right as well. Avoided black cats. Didn't walk underneath ladders. Carried a bunch of 4-leaf clovers in my bag. So why it all go so wrong? I suppose I did stand that shot of broken mirror this morning. But that shouldn't cause bad luck, right? I walk and look down at the warm ground as I realise I have no shoes on. And I'm leaving footprints of blood as I stride. I look around and all the people ignore me. I look over at my friend Clara, walking by my side. She sighs, but I'm not surprised. She is dead after all. Killed in an explosion. We were together and then we weren't. But I still see her. I must have a concussion. I stopped in front of our favourite bakery and looked at Clara. She looks at me and smiles, so we go in. The staff and the customers ignore me, so I grab what I need and leave the money on the counter. Our next stop is the park. That hidden tunnel under the old slide where we used to play and eat our cakes. Just us against the world. I look down at our feet. Hers are gliding peacefully, while my blood-stained footprints just look sore and painful. I look up at the sky as the sun begins to set, and I feel a strange urge to check out that train station one more time. Maybe the police arrived, or an ambulance. I wonder why no one has stopped me yet. Clara continues to smile at me as she reaches for my hand, and before she stops herself realising, she can't. The train's in pieces. It still burns brighter than any sun ever could. Ambulances rushing back and forth, and the police keeping people away. Yet no one will look at me. I wonder why. I guess that's the life of being invisible for you. I turn head towards the shrine, but Clara stopped me. She wanted to see a small rest area just under the train tracks. It was further up, so we walked for a while more. That's when she saw it. A beautiful bronze bench tucked under the rest stop. It was nice of them to build the train around the town. Made for some nice, hidden rest spots, and they were always kept clean. I wonder why she wanted to see this one. She went on ahead. She was more vocal all of a sudden. Still just pointing and moans, but vocal nonetheless. The flowers, the smells, she wanted me to see it all. Then she showed me the bushes. The leaves and the branches were broken. I looked at her and told her how it looked like someone fell on them. She smiled again. A sad smile. This time as her eyes began to fill with tears. "Do you remember now?" she asked. She pointed at my stomach, and there it was. My clothes were soaked in blood. How did I not see that before? Clara collapsed to the ground and burst into tears, apologising and thanking me. As I knelt down beside her, I reached for her shoulder, and that's when we saw it. Like a dream within a dream. We were sent back to watch that awful explosion again, but it was different. The windows were smashed before the explosion hit the train car we were in. That's right. I saw the rest area as we approached it. The fire was coming, then I pushed her. I pushed you out, Clara. Right before the explosion hit, I landed on those bushes with nothing more than scratches. People weren't paying attention because I wasn't hurt. Everything was normal for me, she replied. So then, you're not, but that means I am. This whole time, it was me. Thinking my closest friend and only family was dead and staying by my side, this whole time, it was me. I collapsed next to her and started to cry uncontrollably. As I looked down, the blood soaking my clothes was gone, and my footprints were no longer stained. I wiped my tears and stood up as I urged her to as well. I know that if we ever had to relive that moment, she'd do the same thing. I told Clara to remember her charms and be wary of superstitions, but most of all to move on, to never let this be her downfall. For now, I can be at peace knowing you're safe. As we stood smiling together, I looked up at the moon as it started to shine in the sky. The very last thing I would ever see, as my time is over, and she will live on for both of us. I have no regrets. Now that is a beautiful story, at the same time being a little bit creepy, but also sad, but well written, very well written. But let us move on to the second game of the show, which is the 5-point countdown. Everyone ready for the 5-point countdown? I'm going to take that as a yes. What's the 5-point countdown, I heard someone say? Well, you get 5 clues. You've got to put your answer in any one of those clues. But if you pick clue number 5, but then change your mind, and you had it right in the first place, but it's wrong in the second place, you don't get those 5 points. You've got to guess the right answer again. Okay? Here we go. Clue number 5. I can be used in pies or competitions. That clue again. I can be used in pies or competitions. Rocks and spoons have came up. Oh my, no, not again. Moving swiftly on. Clue number 4. I can be creepy when I'm lit up. Clue number 4. I can be creepy when I'm lit up. Yeah, someone's thrown up the answer of pumpkins. It's a good guess. Any more? Any other guesses, anybody? Nope. Okay. Clue number 3. I have a special month, but you can eat me or use me all year round. Okay, someone's joined in with pumpkins. Okay. I'll say that you answered clue number 4 as well, so if it is right. Any advances on pumpkins for anyone on clue number 3? Any more? Yep, someone else has thrown up the answer of pumpkins. Okay. Clue number 2. I come in many sizes. Nope, I don't see any advances on pumpkins here. People are staying with pumpkins. Clue number 1. Thanks to you, I can have many faces or designs on me. Yep, okay, people have stuck with pumpkins. Okay. We'll find out later. Did you get any points? And now, we switch over to our random Halloween fact of the week. Stephen Clark of New York holds a Guinness Book of World Records distinction for pumpkin carving. In order to nab the record, he had to have a complete face, including eyes, nose, mouth and ears present on his jack-o'-lantern. There was no word on if the face was silly or scary, but he completed it in 16.47 seconds. That's impressive. That really is impressive. But now we have our Oh Unlucky. This week's Oh Unlucky falls to Pete Best. Now those from the old school fans of music will know that he should have been the drummer out of the Beatles. The keyword there being should have. Why? He was dropped by the Beatles as the drummer in 1962, and that was mere weeks before Love Me Do rocketed the band to stardom. Ringo Starr replaced him as the drummer. He's been dubbed the unluckiest man in music. Ouch! Missing on his history like that, a historical moment? Good grief. Pete Best, you poor sod. Bless you. But now, from Unlucky, we now delve into the bottom of the barrel and scrape out and dump down our zero of the week. And this one is teen idiots who spark anger after sabotaging Grange Halloween celebrations in Cumbria. And this occurred on October 27th, 2017. A group of 15 to 16-year-olds were in the area of the Grange, over Sands area, smashing pumpkins that people had carved and displayed. How sad is your life if all you have to do is smash pumpkins that people have enjoyed making? Get a Saturday job or something and quit being total melons. Although they might have grown up by now, although I doubt it. Idiots. But we're nearly at the end here, Groaners. But we just have time to find out the most important part of the podcast. Who got points? Who didn't? We'll begin with a 5-point countdown. And yes, of course, those that took their answers on to clue number 4 with pumpkin or pumpkins, you get 4 points. Well done. And now for the mythical or legendary answers. Bit of a refresher. Round number 1. The 27 Club is an urban legend that popular musicians and other celebrated artists die at age 27 with statistically anomalous frequency. Again, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse all died when they were 27. Is it a myth or legendary. The claim of a statistical spike for the death of musicians at that age has been repeatedly disproven by studies, therefore making it a myth. If you guessed the myth on that, you get a point. Round number 2. In the UK, calling the emergency number 999, then promptly hanging up, charges mobile phone batteries. Is this mythical or legendary? This is definitely a myth. Please, please do not try this. Leave that number free for extreme emergencies only. Okay? I don't want to hear anyone trying to dial 999 and saying, oh, my phone battery's charged. It's not going to happen. If you do that, you'll be charged, more than likely, for wasting time. Please don't do it. And if you do, this podcast is not responsible for that. Okay? Don't be an idiot. Hopefully, someone out there scored points this week. And that brings us to the end of this week's show. Thanks for tuning in, my dear Groan crew. The Groaning Madness will pop up again next week, hopefully with no technical glitches again. I think I've cracked it now. Don't forget to join in with Anagram Anxiety via Facebook and Discord. Take care and keep on groaning all. Bye-bye.